Did you change shoes after?
No, only yellow one.
Yeah, every time.
No, it's yellow one.
All right, we'll grab an opening statement from Coach, open the floor up for questions for the players, let them go, and then open the floor for Coach.
There are not many number one seeds that are going to play in a conference tournament that are going to play an 8 seed at the mid-major level that have 20 wins, or a team that scored 98 points on us in this building in December. I think you've seen how far we've come defensively. I also think you've seen how mature we've become and how much better in the moment we are. This guy was unbelievable in the first half, and this guy was unbelievable in the second half. And our two all-league players were solid. The reason we have done what we've done is because we got so many dudes. We got so many dudes, man, and we have dudes. I don't think I've ever used that word before, but I heard themselves say it, so they win all the time, so I thought I'd use it.
For DQ, coming into tonight, did you feel you had an advantage with your athleticism with the guards that they were guarding you with?
Definitely. I think me and Rocky had a decent size advantage over the guards that they had. So it was just getting in the paint and then playing off 2 feet and finishing. So, yeah.
Guys, I don't know if you have checked around the league, but Cleveland State beat Youngstown State. Any early thoughts on that matchup in the semifinal?
I mean, Cleveland State, a great team, you know. I feel like it's going to be a great game. We're going to have some good practices before we play them. You know, we're going to watch film, and, you know, our scout team going to do a great job. And, you know, we're just going to have fun out there and, you know, get a win.
Rocket, all season long, you played your best basketball in the biggest moments, securing the win at Xavier, the making the all-tournament team at the Cayman Islands. It seems though the bigger the moment, the more calm you are out there. Why is that?
I mean, my teammates play a big role in that. You know, when we out there, they just, you know, keep motivating me and telling me, you know, to basically get to the basket, you know, play off 2 feet. And I feel like, you know, I just want to give it all to my teammates because they play a big role in me. And, you know.
Rocky, can you talk about how you've grown as a leader? You know, we've seen you at Michigan State. You know, I watched you personally at Michigan State, and I watched you here at Oakland. You know, can you talk about how you've grown as a leader, you know, from starting out here and progressing even into this game?
I feel like, you know, being a leader, you know, that comes with a lot. You know, I feel like we got great leaders on this team. Blake, Trey, and Chris, they did a great job leading us. And I feel like, I just do the little things, you know, just come and practice hard every day. You know, talk to my teammates during practice, and, you know, they talk to me as well. So, you know, I feel like, you know, I get my leadership from the former schools I played at as well, and here, you know, Coach Campy taught me, you know, some leadership as well. So, but yeah, we got some great leaders here. You know, I feel like I'm a great leader as well. So, yeah.
DQ, when teams have like exclusively double team Trey and stuff like that, you've been able to pop off a couple of times, you know, this season. Do you like that? Like the first couple possessions when Trey gets the ball, do you like to see that where, you know, they kind of double him right from the rip because you know that you're going to cut loose a little bit?
I think it's a great thing, like to be able to just play off Trey. Like if Trey can draw all that attention and be able to see the floor and then make plays for us. So Trey being double team, he found us. He found me a couple times, and we were able to take advantage of those opportunities when they went to double. So shout out to Trey for moving the ball as well as he did. I mean, he's been leading us in assists all year. He's been seeing the same double teams for 30 games. So championship time, he's ready to make championship plays.
Were you putting on for Pontiac tonight?
Always.
Yeah, this is for Coach Campy. I think
I'll do that after they're gone. I'll do it.
Okay.
Come back when they're gone.
Any last questions for the players?
Rocket, how's the leg?
I'm good. We got a great, treatment staff, and I feel like I'm gonna come in tomorrow, get some ice, you know, ice it, you know, until Monday. So I'll be fine. For sure.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, guys.
You guys.
I appreciate y'all.
No, I can take that question. I'll take that question now.
Yeah, I was I think I saw a little bit of boxing one out there. That's a pretty complex coverage. Like, what was the philosophy for going it out there?
It really isn't. It wasn't boxing one. It's just they're a very unique team, and the guys are really good, Coach. Okay, and they run really good offense. And they exploited us the first time we played them. The last 2 times we played them, we guarded the living snot out of them, and that's why we beat them. And we held them in the 60s in both those games after they got 98. And that comes from having a really good coaching staff that can figure things out and putting a game plan together that works. It comes from a scout team that will do what you ask them to do in practice. And then it comes from rep, and be there. And we lost them a couple times. They're unbelievable at coming behind the ball. So the ball goes somewhere and the guys sprint behind it. That's hard to guard. And they got 1 or 2 of them, but we really did. And what they ended up doing is they couldn't get their shots out of their stuff, so they just spread the floor and drove it. And we fouled. We normally don't foul, but they're good. And the bottom line is that every time something went bad, we were able to go down and run a set play and get the ball where we wanted it, and we usually finished. Jack made a couple threes. Blake, who had a bad shooting night, made a big one. Every time they did something, we answered. And that's how you win. This team's going to win with defense. And in the games we've lost, it's usually because teams shot it really well or something like that against us. So it's one game. There's 2 more. And we got to get to the third, right? So we just got to worry about the next one.
Coach, you said that this team has so many ways to beat you. When you see Osei Price get a dunk like that, and then Chris hits a 3 before the first media, does that give you a good feeling?
Well, I had a tough decision to make, okay? A guy who I had no idea how Tone would play against this team because he didn't play in the 2 games against him. He was hurt in the 2 games we played him. And I thought Tone could help us because they really push up on the ball. DQ has played extremely well both games coming into this against them. So I had decisions to make when Isaiah went down. A non-contact injury. We've had so many of those. It was devastating that he wasn't going to play because this is a game. He's really good defensively. He's really good at guarding the ball. And so we needed him today. And so I had to make a decision. Who am I going to start? How? And I went with Osei because he's a veteran. And I thought that against Detroit, when I started all the seniors, our rhythm got messed up. For 30 games, we substituted the 16-minute timeout. Baruch comes in, Rocket comes in. And I didn't have that against Detroit. I thought it hurt us. So I decided to go with Osei so that I could keep my substitutions. And he just became Isaiah. And that was a hell of a dunk. I mean, I didn't know he could do that. I knew he could do it with the right hand. I didn't know he could do it with the left hand. But we're having a lot of fun. But here's the key stat of the game. Osei Price played 13 minutes, and he was a plus 16 on the floor. I mean, so many guys. I mean, I got so many players. It's simple. I just got to get out of their way.
Coach, most teams know what to do in terms of their offensive defensive sets. Few know how to do it. Even fewer know why to do it. Why they're doing what they're doing out there. Do you think that your team and the guys out there know why they're doing everything that they do?
At every position but the point, and we're getting better at that. It's, DQ's never been a point guard. Rocket tried to be one at Michigan State. It didn't go very well, and his best is off the ball. And then Tone's been hurt all year. So, through 31 games, we're starting to figure all that out. We have a lot of games where we miss things. And I get frustrated sometimes because I think that's what I do best as a coach, get us the ball where we're supposed to get it. I think that's my biggest strength as a coach is being able to get players, know who they are, what they can do, and then get them in a ball in the position they can do it. I thought tonight there was only 2 or 3 times that we didn't do it from the point position. And the one time we didn't do it, Golke still, instead of flaring, came running behind the ball, caught it, and made a 3. So I'm excited that, at the most important time of the year, we worked all year to get this home game. And at the most important time, we use that crowd. And I'll say this about the crowd. For many years, I didn't realize how lucky we had it here. Because what you saw tonight is how it used to be every day. And the pandemic hit, and nobody came. And as the year went on, I think word got out about how good this group is, and that was unbelievable tonight. I will tell you, we've played tournament games here before. That was the biggest crowd we've ever had for a tournament game. And they willed us to the win. They were fantastic. Our students, our swimming team, obviously, but the students were back. I mean, that student section in the old days was like that every game. Didn't matter who we were playing, they were like that. And to see it come back, I give the people at Oakland that are working, because it's not on them. I mean, that's their job, but it's just the pandemic changed everything. And they've worked their butts off to get it back to that. And I'm really happy that we played the way that was a really fun game to watch. You know, it was exciting. You never thought we had it won, at least I never did. We had dunks, we had unbelievable shots, we had great plays. They made plays, you know, their athletics. It was great college basketball. And we had a full house to see it. So, yeah, I'm pretty darn happy.
Coach, can you talk about?
No, go ahead.
No,
she can.
All right. Coach, can you talk about how you can get Jack more involved? I see him moving off ball, off those elevator screens, but there were a few times where the screens weren't being closed early enough. Can you talk about how you can get him going offensively?
You can come watch film with me and show me and help me figure that out. But the truth of the matter is, I don't need him to get going any more than he is, because the way they guarded him is why DQ and Rock had the easy paths to the basket. And we want them to guard like that. Now, what we try to do a lot of that with him is back screen. I don't want to get too technical, but when you guard a shooter like they guarded him, you back screen him a lot. And that's why you saw Chris come open. That's why DQ had those paths to the basket. Rocket had paths to the basket, is because of what Jack does in our sets. And on every set, remember, this is the third time we've played. This is the 12th time I've coached against that coach. They know what we do, just like we knew what they do. So you've got to be counters off everything. And it just wasn't Jack's day to get 12 threes. All right. But because of them, way they guarded him, those other guys got their shots. So, do I want Jack to shoot more than 5 threes? Yeah, I do. But I didn't need that tonight. And maybe we'll need that against Cleveland State.
Okay. My question is, so I know that it was a little suspenseful and exciting throughout the game. The guard point of the game was great, but focusing more on the paint and Baru specifically, how well has he gotten kind of getting the ball and being able to shoot it?
Well, we're not there yet with him. He just started playing basketball late in life, and compared to everybody else. And then he missed 3 months of practice due to some issues we had with his eligibility through the junior college. I thought Baru tonight, the energy that he played when he went in the game at the 16-minute mark of the first half at the under 16 timeout, I thought it was the best energy I've ever seen him have. And he's had some great games for us, but you could just tell he brought his A game today. And you're just going to see this kid grow and grow. And his future, the next 2 years, I personally believe he can be one of the best players in the league. I've told him that a lot. I told him that when he came off the floor tonight. I told him to play with that kind of energy because he's skilled. He can shoot. He just, he's just a laid-back kid. And I don't want to make a comparison to Keith Benson, but that's how Keith Benson was his first 2 years here. And once the light goes on, he'll be as good as any player in this league. All right. But that's not going to happen this year. But if he gives us what he gave us tonight in the next 2 games, 3 games, 4 games, how many we play, I'll be really happy.
Coach, 15 of 16 from the free throw line. Can you talk about how important that is in these winner go home games?
That's what we do. I think we had a stretch this year. We made 35 in a row. That's what we do. And our program emphasizes that. We recruit to it. We have a saying around here that, I turned around in the locker room, there were like 12 former players here tonight. It really made me happy. And every one of them can tell you that Coach Campy has always said 2 things in the world don't last: dogs that chase cars and basketball teams that can't make free throws. I tell that to every team I've coached for 40 years. That's just been an emphasis. Tomorrow they're been assigned. We're not going to do anything tomorrow except they're supposed to each try and make 50 free throws tomorrow. That's all I want them to do. You can't ever. We want to make more free throws on our opponent's shot, and we did that tonight. We made 15, and they only shot 9. So it's big factor in winning.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, everybody. See you in Indy.
We need courtside.